The Champions League is back once again for match day 2. Here we go. UCL predictions coming off a winning week on match day 1. I went 8-1 picking winners and losers. I had an incredible week. So hey, if you're betting, you're probably happy you found this channel. So let's get into it. The first game is going to be Kairat Almaty versus Real Madrid. Going to be hosting Real Madrid, and they're going to have to travel. This is interesting. They're going to have to travel across the world. We're talking about 12-hour flight. You could literally sleep for 8 hours, wake up, and still have 4 hours to spare on this flight. Trust me, no Real Madrid player wants to make this trip. And yes. Madrid had been perfect in La Liga until they lost to Atletico Madrid 5-2, which is a humiliating loss. Now they're coming off a humiliating loss. They're going to be looking to bounce back here, and there's a team that can kind of play bad for 90 minutes and still win. It's Real Madrid. I'm going to expect them to be tired after that Atletico Madrid game, and they don't even need to play well in this game. And if Mbappe is on, if Vinicius is having a good day, it's done. Kairat lost 4-1 to Sporting in their debut, so I'll take Real Madrid to win comfortably 3-0 in this game. Probably going to be a perfect bounce back game for Real Madrid, actually. So now, next up is Atalanta versus Club Brugge. Atalanta just got smashed by PSG 4-0, and honestly, I don't expect them to be very good this year. So meanwhile, quite the opposite for Club Brugge, okay? This is absolutely, they absolutely annihilated Monaco 4-1 in their debut. Tresoldi, Rapacedon, Diakon, they play some brilliant football. They really impressed me, especially these players that I just mentioned. So I'm taking the dog here. Give me Club Brugge to go into Italy and shock Atalanta 3-2. Give me Club Brugge in this game. So next up I have Atletico Madrid versus Frankfurt. This game is going to be better than people think. I think this one is probably going to be one of the better games of match day 2. Yes, Atletico, they're not playing well in La Liga, but they just got that really nice emotional win against Real Madrid, okay? That was huge, and now you put that together with that huge emotional win versus Rayo Vallecano, with Julian Alvarez scoring a hat-trick in that game and scoring a brace against Real Madrid. I think Atletico's turning the corner. I think Atletico is going to be playing better here in the next. They're going to get into a stretch where they're going to look like one of the best teams in Europe here pretty soon. They're starting to click. So their UCL debut was very impressive, right? They were down 0-2 to Liverpool as well. That was an incredible game for the debut, and nearly came back in this game. They actually did until Liverpool got lucky and pulled a buzzer beater, a header by Van Dijk to give them the win 3-2. And sometimes you can look good in a loss. And for me, this was Atletico. But look, Frankfurt, my goodness, they absolutely slapped Galatasaray 5-1 in their opener, and I've got them as a top 8 team right now. To be honest, like I did my hierarchy, and they are my number 8 team on my slot number 8. So I'm actually putting them really high. So still, I'm leaning towards the home side though. At the Metropolitano, give me Atletico Madrid after beating Real Madrid 5-2 with a high emotional win. They stay at home for this game, and they actually beat Frankfurt 3-1 as well. So BODO versus the Spurs. This one is pretty simple. BODO came off a tough draw 2-2 to Slavia Prague. Spurs, they look pretty great actually, beating Villareal 1-0. This isn't too hard. I'll take the road team to win comfortably 3-0. Give me the Spurs. Chelsea versus Benfica is next up. Chelsea is hosting Benfica at Stamford Bridge, one of the toughest places to play. Benfica, they're coming off a terrible loss to Qarabagh. I don't even know how to pronounce them right now. Like, I don't even know how to pronounce this team's name, but losing to them, that's brutal. Yes, Benfica now have Mourinho, but it won't matter here. Like, they're going up against Chelsea, okay, and they are hungry. They lost to Brighton today, so they're gonna be really hungry for this game. Chelsea also lost to Bayern Munich but Enzo Maresca will have this squad ready to bounce back. Two team of losses, but Chelsea gets it done. They are the better side, and they will be at home. Give me Chelsea to win 3-0 in this game. So now, next up, I have Liverpool versus Galatasaray. Okay, at home, Liverpool is coming off a win versus Atletico Madrid. It was a thriller of a game. 3-2, actually getting that buzzer beater I was talking about. Galatasaray got shocked, absolutely upset by Frankfurt 5-1. I'm taking Liverpool to win on the road 4-0. Next up, I have Bayern Munich at Pafos. Bayern is coming off one of the biggest wins of the season, 3-1 against Chelsea. It was their toughest game by a country mile. While Pafos drew 0-0 to Olympiacos, and I'm taking Bayern Munich with a whopping, surprising 7-0. You heard me right. 7-0 Bayern Munich wins this game. You heard it here first. Next up, I have Inter Milan versus Slavia Prague. Inter at home at the San Siro. This is gonna be a rout. I mean, they beat Ajax in their debut 2-0 in their opener. Thuram scored a brace, while Slavia just a frustrating draw to Bologna, and this one kind of smells like a blowout. To be honest, I'm taking Inter Milan to win big here, 4-0. Next up, I have Marseille versus Ajax. Now, this one's a coin flip, okay? Marseille, they play great against Real Madrid, but lost to 2 penalties. The more that things change, the more they stay the same. Am I right? Real Madrid and penalties, don't get me started. Ajax, though, they lost to Inter. Last year's finalists. Both sides are kind of tricky. I'm gonna go with the draw here, 2-2. Barcelona PSG, finally the big game, the big matchup, the matchup everybody wanted last year. Barcelona versus PSG, but Inter robbed us of it. Barcelona was 90 seconds away from reaching to the final. That game would have been fireworks, and now we finally get it. Except it's not the game we dreamed of. Why? Because both teams are basically a hospital ward. Like, it's literally, Barcelona is gonna be missing the likes of Balde, Rafinha, Casado, even the goalkeeper Joan Garcia. But listen to this. PSG is worse than Barcelona. They have like Vitinha out, Joao Neves, De Zerbi, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia. I mean, name it. So many the best players that PSG will not have for this game. So what do you do with that? You take the least injured team, and that is the home team, Barcelona. This game won't tell us much unless Barcelona loses big in this game. But I'll take Barcelona to literally take care of business and win 3-1 against PSG. So next up, I have Qarabagh versus Copenhagen. Qarabagh shocked everyone, down 0-2 to Benfica, and came back and won that game 3-2. I mean, Copenhagen, though, respectable draw to Leverkusen. But at home, Qarabagh rise the emotion. In Qarabagh, they're gonna be one of the surprises team of this tournament, and they're gonna upset alert 2-1 Qarabagh. Give me Qarabagh. Next up, I have Union SG versus Newcastle. Union shocked PSV, beating them 3-1, but Newcastle look a little bit flat to Barcelona, but it was more credit to Barcelona than it was Newcastle playing bad. They actually had a really good game plan to begin this game, so this is a big bounce back spot for the Newcastle on the road. I'm taking them on the road to win 3-1. Next up, I have Villarreal versus Juventus. A very even matchup. I cannot wait to see this one. Villarreal lost to the Spurs, but bounced back in La Liga after beating Bilbao. Juventus, they drew to Dortmund in the UCL debut, but also just beat Inter Milan domestically a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to take Juve to edge them 2-0. Give me Juventus. Next up, I have Dortmund versus Bilbao at the Signal Iduna Park, the famous Signal Iduna Park, right? Always very tough place to play. Dortmund drew to Juventus last time. Bilbao lost to Arsenal. This one feels pretty straightforward to me. Give me Dortmund to win 3-1. I'm taking the home team. Next up, I have Leverkusen versus PSV. Both teams are desperate for a win. Leverkusen drew to Copenhagen. PSG got absolutely embarrassed by Union SG. So at home, yeah, I'll back the home team Leverkusen here to win by the minimum. They're gonna win 1-0. Next up, I have Napoli, and this one may be maybe a game of the round, actually. Napoli versus Sporting is going to be better than people think. Napoli lost to Manchester City in their debut, but that was mainly because they got a red card in like the first half. I think it was halfway through the first half. And Sporting, they look fantastic against Kairat. So I think in Napoles, though, I expect a thriller. Give me Napoli to win this game 3-2. Next up, I have Monaco versus Manchester City, led by the GOAT, Ansu Fati, baby. 4 goals in 3 games. Amazing he's doing over there. But here's the problem, though. They just got embarrassed by Club Brugge in their debut. So now they'll face Manchester City, which is a top-notch team, even better than Club Brugge. So City just beat Napoli too, and they beat in 2-0, like I was just talking about. Give me a statement win by Manchester City. This one is not going to be close. Manchester City will take care of business 5-0. Next up, I'm going to have Arsenal versus Olympiacos. And this is basically the last but not least. Arsenal is going to be at the Emirates Stadium. They beat Athletic Bilbao in a statement win at the San Mamés Stadium 2-0. Olympiacos had a disappointing draw to Pafos. Nobody expected that. They expected a little bit. We expected a little bit more from Olympiacos. This is a mismatch. The Gunners will roll 6-0 in this one, baby. Probably a Jokeres hat trick. So mark my words. So there you go. These are my Champions League match day 2 predictions. Where do you agree? Where do you disagree? Drop it in the comments. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video.